Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Call of Duty discussion video, zombie video in the background, whichever you want to call it. So it has officially been a month since my last video that I uploaded, and it has been a couple of weeks since my last video that I recorded. So I thought about talking about just a couple of things here that have just been on my mind as of late when it comes to how Call of Duty is. As you could tell, this has been a couple of weeks since I did it because these were the new bundles. This is when Season 2 first released. And here are my thoughts about it. Okay? Because there's a lot of stuff that I definitely kind of leave out when it comes to Black Ops 6 zombies. I feel like I do leave a little bit out when it comes to stuff. So as of right now, as of me recording this gameplay in the background and me talking, I have completed the Tomb Easter egg. I've done every single Easter egg in Black Ops 6 Zombies, and the Tomb Easter egg was challenging and underperforming, in my honest opinion. So I'm definitely jumping on the bandwagon of, I think that this game or this map was just released to be filler, most definitely. It just has that feeling that they needed to push the player count to be, they just needed a higher player count at that time. And I certainly feel like we were shafted just a little bit when it came to the type of map that we entirely wanted. And I feel as though, I don't know, I feel cheated in a way. Like, it doesn't feel right to me personally. I don't think that that's the way that they should have done it. Now, the Tomb is not a terrible map. It is definitely not the worst map of all time. Like, this is my first time playing the map in the gameplay back here. My face is over my other face, my other face cam that I have for the video, because I did the first time gameplay of it and I never uploaded it. And the reason being is just because I'm not as, of course, like, we're out of the honeymoon phase and stuff, but it seems as though they're just getting worse and worse with the amount of stuff that they're doing with Call of Duty. So, for instance, like I showed off in the first part of the video, the microtransactions are utterly insane. Like, they got some really dumb skins in there that just cost too much money. Too much money. Now, I personally did pay for $100 for the Vault Edition, so I do get the Black Cell variation for the Battle Passes, which I'm fine with. I didn't mind paying $100 for the game because I had that feeling that I was excited for the zombie mode. Like, I was excited for Terminus, Liberty Falls, it was up there. And the excitement that I had for Citadel was probably the most excited I've been for a zombies map since 2015. Probably 2013 when they announced Origins. I was so excited for those map releases. And that was the last, 2012's Black Ops 2 was the last Call of Duty that I was even able to really get DLCs for. Growing up, like, of course, my parents didn't have a whole lot of money and stuff, so like birthdays and Christmases were the only two times necessarily that I was able to get really any gifts or anything. So, and they were the new video games every year. Like, I'd never had enough money to get DLCs or anything like that. So me being in this position now as an adult and being able to buy stuff, I know I'm going to do it because that's just what my childhood me wanted. Like, I wanted this stuff when I was a kid. So when I get older, it's like my kid self will be very, like, happy with what I got. Like, I'm just going to be honest with you there. But for the shell that Call of Duty has simply become is just utter insanity. So, for instance, right now, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle bundles have released. They're $20 a piece. There's 4 of them. That's $80 for 4 skins. Now, people online, that I have seen anyways, so there are some people that have enjoyed the skins. They've enjoyed them being in the game. Like, a bunch of people joked about how small the guns look because they're so large, and just stupid stuff like that, right? But besides that, that's only if you're buying one turtle necessarily. Now, if you're buying all of them, That is crazy. So I paid $100 for this full game, but they're releasing full price games essentially inside of Call of Duty. And why? It doesn't, like, I understand it's for money. Like, that is the main key factor here. Because when they do the event, it's going to be, I'm pretty sure it's going to be like Squid Games, in which they're going to charge $10 to $20 for the Battle Pass. I want to say maybe it's going to be like 20 or 30, depending on if you would just want to buy it, if they let you buy it, like they did for the Squid Game one. Or, you know, you play it, whichever. I mean, it's free. You don't have to really do much. But that is the problem. Why do they need to charge for this stuff when already there are so many players that paid the money for the game? I paid $100 for this game. I have bought a lot of skins. As you can see, I bought the Biker Maya skin because I thought it looked badass. I also bought the Maya Aetherilla skin because same thing. I thought it looked badass. Even though I'm definitely not a fan of the AI crap that they're doing in this game, and I'm most definitely not a fan of them just pumping out skins. Like, for instance, they have Chaos Scarlet skin for Maya that's supposed to be coming out when we don't know. It may be out already. I haven't been on the game in the last couple of days. I've been playing different stuff on my computer, so I have not really been on Call of Duty since I beat the tomb and completed those 2 challenges. That was the last times I've been on any Call of Duty, period. And personally, it got to the point for me where, you know, I didn't really want to make any videos about Call of Duty. And also my power went out like a week or so ago because of an ice storm, but that's a whole other story. But that has been my big problem, is that I want to do Black Ops 6 videos and I want to keep doing that, but the problem is that I just don't feel like the game is really giving me any chances to do any kind of interesting videos, because I don't know. I'm just not happy with the way the game is going. And I don't know if, I know a lot of people probably feel the same exact way. And again, the Tomb is a decent map. It is like a 5, 6 out of 10 map. It is not great, but it's not the best either. Like, it's just, it's not bad and it's not great. And that's probably, it's the middle of the road. Like, they're not, they put a lot of nostalgic stuff in here, like when you build the ice staff and they put the Origins music over it, and they do all of that good stuff. They put the PPSH back in here, so you're using it, which is actually pretty good, by the way. Just saying, the PPSH is actually pretty good in Black Ops 6. But the problem is that they mix together places of Ancient Evil and Origins in one map. That sounds like an absolute insane map. But they cut the size of it in half. Maybe not even half. Maybe like a third. They cut it. This is one of the smallest maps I've ever played. And it makes me wonder, because they did a lot of talking about Terminus and stuff before the map came out. So it makes me wonder if, like, are they just rushing through the rest of the maps, just pushing the map out and saying, okay, here you go. This map is over and done. We're through with this map. Let's release it. Are they doing it that way? Or are they actually trying? Like, that's just my main questions. Because same for Citadel de Mor. As good as that map is a pretty good map. I said it was like a 7 out of 10. It's simple, but it's also not, you know, it's simple, but it's not too complicated. It is a half and half map. But here is the problem. When it comes to Citadel, and now when it comes to the Tomb also, the maps that are coming out nowadays are being compared to the maps of old, which means, sorry, I played a video, which means Origins and freaking, Dreisendrach are the 2 maps that are guaranteed to be comparable to for these maps, for all these maps coming out. Terminus is a successor, essentially, of Mob of the Dead, because it is a jail prison map, but it's also a facility, kind of. Like, if you think about it, if you got all the way at the bottom, you had the control panels and stuff like that. So it's kind of a mixture between what Cold War had and what, you know, we have now. But if you think about it, that is the biggest map we have, and it's mostly water. And that's what they said. This is the biggest map we've ever done because it's mostly water. You can't even swim in the water. You can't even survive in the water. You can't do anything in the water because of the tentacle monster. Or Patient 13, whichever. But, and that is the main point here. they put a tamper on gameplay, made the map smaller, less complicated for it to be catering to new players, which is fine. I 100% understand that, because the way that the audience is nowadays is, you want something to grind towards, which I'm definitely fine with. I was a part of the Nebula grind. I got the Nebula camo, and ever since then, if there's a weapon like the PPSH, I got that Nebula camo. And if there's a decent weapon I want to use, I'm going to get it a Nebula camo. So that's just the main thing. But the problem, again, with the maps, is that it's being compared to maps of old, in which that they were utter insane maps, gigantic maps that they made, and there was a lot of time and effort and love put into it. It just does not seem like there's love put into it, which in turn just makes me not love the game. And as bad as that sounds, I just feel that's how I feel with this game. Like, it's a love-hate relationship. I love the game because the gameplay is smooth, it's fun. Like, I hate the part that it's online only, so that's a con. That's a hate. I hate the fact that it's online only, because like I'm playing solo in the background, as you see here, and there's times where like I'll shoot a zombie and it doesn't hit until like a second or two later, and it's the most annoying thing possible, and I can't stand it, and it bothers me. It bothers me to absolutely no end, and I'll never understand that. The tomb Easter egg, I like the challenge of the Easter egg, but I don't like the boss fight itself. It took me several tries to get this boss fight, and the fact of the matter is, they finally released a patch notes for Season 2 Reloaded, which came out just the other day, I believe, and they nerfed the boss, the HVT zombies that spawn in with, the Sentinel artifact. They nerfed it just a little bit, and that's fine, because it got to the point where you would get hit, and it's like you stepped in glue. Like, you just couldn't move. Like, you couldn't move. And for me, how is that really fair to the player? Because yeah, you got to keep moving. Yeah. But if you get hit by one, you can't move. You're stuck. You're stuck in place. So you definitely need to have a gobblegum, which it's kind of a pay to win, because guess what? It's also a microtransaction, which is, in my opinion, is an okay microtransaction, because it's not worth as much as the game. It's $20. Like, what, 20 to 30 bucks, I believe, is how much if you want to get a thing of all of the gobblegums. That's not terrible, because the amount of gobblegums you get is actually really good. And I've had to buy several of them, trust me. But the main thing is, do I want to pay $20 for a turtle skin and a whole bunch of crap that comes with it, and a bunch of weapon blueprints that I'm not going to use? Like, I'm not going to use. If I get my weapon leveled up enough to where I get all the attachments that I want to use for my gun, I'm not going to use the blueprints for that gun. And not only that, but they still have not fixed a glitch that saves attachments on guns. I cannot save the attachment on the AMR mod 4, but every time I click out and switch a weapon, I have to put the attachments on the gun again. PPSH is the same way. I got to continuously put on the same attachments over and over and over again. And it is just utter insanity, and it just makes me so irritated. And honestly, it's put a damper on how I feel about playing zombies, essentially. Like, there's been so many times where I'll be sitting in here and it's like, I want to make a video. I need to make a video. But the problem is that I'm just not in the mood. I'm not in the mood to play because of just the damper that I have for the zombie mode. And I'm definitely not saying like the past zombies is bad or anything. I just haven't had the motivation to play anything. Like, I did another spin the wheel challenge video. And I did another one, and I haven't been able to edit it yet. And that's on me. That video part is on me, that I haven't been able to get time to come in here and edit the video. That part is on me. Now I take responsibility for not taking initiative and doing that. So that is my fault. But the rest of me not making videos just stems from I guess it's kind of burnout, but it's not. It's just tiring. I'm tired of just how it seems like zombies just even though they say they're putting their focus on it, it doesn't seem like they're putting their focus on it. It doesn't feel like they're putting their focus on it. It feels like they know that people are going to play it anyway because we're zombie fanatics, and I want to know what the super Easter egg is. This will be my first super Easter egg I've ever received in any Call of Duty game, and I just want to see what it is. And I'm real excited to see what it is. I'm real excited to find out what it is. But I just wish that Call of Duty wasn't seemed like a shell of its former self. It doesn't feel like Call of Duty. It does feel like Fortnite. And I was definitely one of the people that was against it at the start because some of the skins do look pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, some of them do look pretty cool, and I don't know how to feel about it. And that is my biggest issue. And I know that a lot of people do say that Zombies actually gets the most attention because it gets the most updates and it gets a lot of, talkabouts from the community and from the developers themselves, which I could see that because I do feel bad for Warzone and multiplayer people who have not had their game updated, and cheaters still run rampant in those games to this day, which is crazy to think about. I don't really play Warzone that much. I played it a couple of times, and I can't. I'm tired of the Battle Royale formula. I'm tired of that shtick. I just wish we'd move away from Battle Royale already. That's all that so many games are doing. Like, I'm pretty sure Battlefield, EA released like a trailer or some sort for Battlefield, and guess what? They're doing a Battle Royale for that too, I believe. I believe that's what it said. And why? Why, man? Like, I just don't understand why why Battle Royale is always the way to go. Like, why can't they make really good single player experiences? For example, for Zombies, for instance. If Black Ops 7 is the new Call of Duty game that's going to be coming out next year, if that is a new game anyways, why can't they do an offline single player experience for Zombies? I will never understand in my entire life why I need to be online to play single-player Zombies. Okay? It's bad enough that I lag already playing multiplayer. Like, now I'm here playing single-player. I set up my PlayStation and the network to where the domain focuses on this over everything else if I'm online to fix my lag. And it did fix it. I will say it did fix it. But the problem is that if you don't have internet that is absolutely insane, like the most that my Wi-Fi gets is like over 40 because that's the only kind of Wi-Fi that I can get in my area. And it's fast enough for me to watch shows and play games on. It's fast enough. Like, I can do it, it's doable, but I'm just tired of, if my fiance wants to watch a show in the next room, and all of a sudden I'm over here like teleporting because she's watching the show. Because I feel like playing Zombies. I think that's messed up. I don't think I need to be online to play single player Zombies. I don't like the freaking network. I don't like it. I don't understand why that was a decision choice personally. But other than that, that's been the rant on Black Ops 6 Zombies. Now, when it comes to Black Ops 3 and the rest of all those, I still do want to continue with the rest of those games. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, I definitely want to play those. I personally have not done that, and I do take accountability for that as well. I have not played those games because honestly, the times that I was off and I was in here and I was playing, like, I didn't feel like playing Zombies. I played Project Zomboid for the longest time. I randomly got into that game, don't know why, and I delved into it and saw how fucking fantastic it was, and I just kept playing it. And that's what happened. So for like 2 or 3 weeks, that's all I played on my days off was Project Zomboid. I even played it at work on my days off. Got on literally BO6 just to complete the events that popped up at work. And that was about it. That's like the only games I've really played. But yeah, seeing here the mini map, look how big the map is. And the medium and the middle area of the map, in which is pretty much how big this area is. Like nowhere, whatever it's called. That's how big the area is in the middle. Like, so it's pretty much just one map, and it just seems so small than the rest of what they've done in the past. And I wish they turned away from that. I really do wish they turned away from that. So then we can go back to getting some classic maps again like we used to get, in my personal opinion. But anyway, that's all that I really needed to talk about today, guys. I do apologize for the lack of videos. It's just hard, man. I'm being honest. It's just really hard, and I do want to continue doing it, but just the Black Ops 6 and its formula has really just taken me out of the Call of Duty experience, and I'm just tired of Call of Duty, kind of. So that's the point. And I'm not stopping like videos, of course. Like there's times where I'll probably need to take breaks because I'm just tired of the Call of Duty experience and everything. And I'll definitely be getting videos and stuff out, like, you know, as soon as I possibly can for everybody. And I do apologize once again for not really having anything out, but that's really all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for tuning in and just listening to the rant here, about just 20-minute rant about Black Ops 6. So yeah, definitely disappointing that they went down this route. And as like a special funny thing here, look at the difference here. I shaved and I got a haircut. So look, you got homeless guy right here, and you got non-homeless guy right here on the right. Look at there. Isn't that amazing? Oh God. Love to see it. Love to see it. Love to see it. All right, I'm gonna move myself back over in the corner here. There we go. Oh yeah, look at the difference too. Like where I have my chair at and stuff. Like, you know, it's so crazy how much stuff changes in like what, a month. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Please remember to leave a like, comment, subscribe for more, and make sure you use code Zacultra for 10% off in the W store. And I will see you guys on the next video. Goodbye.